97.3 Citi FM, this is the Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studios at Adabraka here in Accra. Coming up in the bulletin, Ghana Revenue Authority denies claims of a 360 million cedis indebtedness to the National Identification Authority.
There appears to be a legacy debt inherited as a result of some services rendered to the authority by NIA prior to 2025. From the GRA's present assessment, there were no regulatory and governance approvals for the transaction that created the purported debt.
Also coming up on the Citi Prime News, majority group in Parliament dismisses minority claims of the Mahama government shortchanging cocoa farmers following the announcement of the producer prize for the 2025-2026 cocoa season.
The farmer is not worse off. The farmer is better off. This trend is compensating the farmer of the appreciated cedi.
Still ahead on the Citi Prime News, inflation drops to 12.1%, the lowest since October 2021. And later, residents along the Offango Sam Highway demand completion of the stored project following rain-induced flooding yesterday.
You can see for yourself. You cannot go, you cannot come. Market is not moving because of the road. What's 5 years old?
Can see contractors on board doing work.
Where are they? Can you show me one? Because I can't find them. Where are they?
All that and more on the Citi Prime News, which is live around the globe on citinewsroom.com. In the country, we're live on our partner stations. In the Upper West region, we're on Tumpani Radio 88.5 FM in Nadoli. In Jirapa, we're on Jirapa 96.1 FM, also in the Upper West region. In the Upper East region, we're on Rikas 92.1 FM in Bongonamo. In the Northern region, we're on North Star Radio 92.1 FM in Tamale. In Northeast region, we're on Nobia FM 98.1 in Nalerigo. And in the Western region, we're on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky 93.5 FM, both in Takrady.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful to you for your time this afternoon. Let's get straight into the details of our stories. And the Ghana Revenue Authority has strongly denied claims by the National Identification Authority that it owes over 300 million cedis in arrears. The National Identification Authority had disconnected the Ghana Revenue Authority from its identity verification service platform over the alleged debt. In a statement issued, the GRA expressed surprise at the NIA's claims, insisting that the said amount lacks the necessary regulatory and governance backing to be deemed legitimate. However, the Ghana Revenue Authority says it is open to engaging the National Identification Authority to resolve the matter. Here are excerpts from the GRA statement read by my colleague, Ejubi Wiafia-Kinting.
The attention of the Ghana Revenue Authority (GRA) has been drawn to recent media reports and public statements by the National Identification Authority (NIA) alleging GRA's indebtedness to the NIA, leading to disconnecting GRA from their identity verification platform (IVS). GRA expresses great surprise to the averments made by NIA and wishes to clarify the issue as follows. There appears to be a legacy debt inherited as a result of some services rendered to the authority by NIA prior to 2025. From the GRA's present assessment, there were no regulatory and governance approvals for the transaction that created the purported debt. GRA's principles of transparency, compliance, and governance protocols do not permit enforcement of transactions that do not meet regulatory requirements, particularly as demanded by the reset vision of the President and the government. GRA acknowledges the importance of interagency collaboration in achieving national objectives, including the integration of the Ghana card into the tax system. In this regard, GRA extends collaborative hands to NIA while emphasizing the need to improve our cordial relationship and resolve matters amicably.
You heard excerpts of a statement released by the Ghana Revenue Authority and read by my colleague, Ejubi Wiafia-Kinting. Let's now head to Parliament. The majority has dismissed claims that the John Dramani Mahama-led administration is shortchanging cocoa farmers with its producer price for cocoa for the 2025-2026 season. The minority, since the announcement of the new cocoa producer price, has criticized government, stating that the increase is of no significance to the cocoa farmer. Addressing journalists, the chairman of the Economy and Development Committee of Parliament, Eric Affo, says the living conditions of cocoa farmers under the Mahama administration are better with the current economic situation.
The NDC government has reduced the share of the cocoa board in the FOB price by 366 cities, 25 pesos per bag, per the calculation. People should go and calculate it, which translates into 5,860 Ghana cedis per ton, when multiplied by 16, which is given back to the farmer. The cocoa farmers also enjoy the favorable economic conditions in the country. The value of Ghana cedi has appreciated, which measures the amount of goods and services. So it means that for a bag of cocoa to cost 3,228.75 Ghana cedis, the farmer can buy more goods and services as per what is pertaining in the country than 2024, because the price of goods and services are down. Simply put, the farmer is not worse off. The farmer is better off. This trend is compensating the farmer of the appreciated city.
Now, the majority caucus has also revealed that the Ghana Cocoa Board owes $840 million due to delays in delivering 333,000 metric tons of cocoa to clients for the 2023-2024 crop season.
Because of delay in the delivery of cocoa to our clients at the 2023-2024 season, we owe about $840 million to our clients, which we have to pay about $840 million, let me be specific, which every ton of cocoa we send to our clients, we need to pay about $4,000. It's very serious. Cocoa Board inherited 32 billion outstanding debts, of which within this season, we need to pay 11.92 billion within this season. Now, getting to cocoa roads, where the government said, no, Cocoa Board, I cannot, let you suffer to this state. So you owe 21 billion Ghana cedis to cocoa, road contractors. Perhaps the communication gap and the misconception about the price determination is respect to the city which has appreciated.
Eric Affo is chairman of the Economy and Development Committee of Parliament and Member of Parliament for Amenfi West. Now to water. Managing Director of the Ghana Water Limited, Adam Mutawakilu, has revealed that over 1,000 fire hydrants nationwide are being controlled by private individuals who collect fees from water tanker operators. In response, the Ghana Water has imposed a 1-month suspension of all tanker services drawing water from hydrants. Speaking on the Citi Breakfast Show, Adam Mutawakilu added that based on ongoing assessments, the ban may be extended or stricter controls introduced.
Now, what we are interested is where you fetch the water. Whether you use polytank or you use the vehicle with a tank on it, we are interested in the point at which you fetch the water. So when we say suspend fire hydrant service, whether you are using the yellow gallons or don't fetch from that hydrant, so that we'll be able to, 1, observe the flow of water, 2, assess whether those of our customers who used not to get water are now getting water.
But how widespread is the use of fire hydrants for the tanker service? Is it
over 1,000?
Over 1,000 fire hydrants?
Yes.
And what's the distribution? Evenly across the regions or in just a few places?
It's within the whole country, across the region. All the regions have Accra East, have Tema, have West, Accra West, Tamale, Yendi, all the regions they have.
Adam Otakilu also revealed on the Citi Breakfast Show that the company loses approximately 73 million gallons of treated water daily in Greater Accra due to theft, illegal connections and faulty infrastructure. He states that just 48% of the water produced nationwide is properly accounted for, leaving more than half either lost or unbilled.
The water production, as well as what we are able to account for, is something that is very, very, very terrible. For the water we produce, we are only able to account for 48%. That means we are not able to account for 52% of the water we produce. So, for example, if you take Accra, Greater Accra, we produce about 140 million gallons a day, and we can only account for 67 million gallons. We can't account for 73 million gallons. Now, with the 67 million gallons, that means our revenue will drop. We cannot even pay for operational costs. Now, even with the 67, when we sell, we are not able to collect all the money. So it is a worrying trend for Ghana Water Company. And just June, you realize that ECG disconnected us for 2 weeks. The head office was disconnected for 2 weeks. Our wager plant was shut down because they disconnected us. And that means that we can't provide water to even customers. So it became very necessary that certain measures need to be taken.
That was the Managing Director of the Ghana Water Company Limited, Adam Motawakilu. Let's now do some news from the Government Accountability Series, because Fisheries and Aquaculture Minister Emilia Arthur, who took her turn today, says the recently passed Fisheries and Aquaculture Bill 2025 is crucial in addressing the European Union's yellow card warning to Ghana. The new legislation replaces the outdated Fisheries Act 625 and introduces stricter penalties to combat illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing. Speaking to the media, the minister says the bill will enhance compliance, align Ghana's fishing sector with international standards and help revitalize the industry.
Enhances Ghana's global credibility, especially with key export partners such as the European Union. It addresses critical compliance gaps in licensing, reporting, and enforcement, helping to avoid trade restrictions or sanctions, including potential red card penalties if we do not work to lift the EU yellow card that has been placed on Ghana since it's been 5 years now, and we have such a small window to work to lift it. Otherwise, we get into a red card status, and that works negatively in the interest of Ghana fisheries. This safeguards over $425 million in annual seafood exports and secures jobs, incomes, and national revenue.
Emilia Arthur also warned former Metropolitan, Municipal and District Chief Executives to refund proceeds from the sale of Primix fuel over the past 8 years. According to her, London Beach audit committees have been set up to ensure the recovery of these funds.
I have written to all municipal, metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives through the Minister for Local Government. We have instructed them all to ensure that those who sold Primix in the past 8 years account for the 53% profit margin that was for the community. It is for the community, so bring it back. There is an audit, London Beach Committee audit also going around the country, and that is being pushed as well. In fact, some communities, some districts have already started the accountability process. In one community, the chief fisherman got the information on all Primix supplies that went into that particular London Beach area, and then demanded accounts from the London Beach Committee members who managed Primix sales during that period. Demanded the bank account statement and realized that they took what was in it, but it was not adequate, so they are demanding more. So we are going to do that. We will ensure that every penny that belonged to the community for community development is retrieved.
You heard Fisheries and Aquaculture Minister Emilia Arthur. Meanwhile, the industrial fisheries sector has petitioned President John Dramani Mahama urging him not to assent to a new fisheries bill that seeks to extend the inshore exclusive zone from 6 to 12 nautical miles. The group, which includes operators of trawlers and tuna vessels, says the proposed expansion would push their vessels outside Ghana's territorial waters and potentially cripple their operations. They argue that no research has been presented to justify the extension. As we're speaking on the City Breakfast Show, spokesperson for the industrial fishers, Richard Amathio, called on the president to initiate broader stakeholder consultations before the bill is passed into law.
If you are pushing the vessels beyond 12 nautical miles, one of the first things you need to do is to do a research and see whether it is safe for the vessels to go there, whether our vessels are big enough to fish in those areas, and what fisheries resources are there, what trawl type you could use. Could you use probably pelagic trawl and do pelagic trawling, so we take out in those, bottom trawling. And we need to be clear exactly what we are doing. But you say just go into 12 nautical miles, then it becomes a problem.
So, have you petitioned the minister now? Since there's a new minister,
because we had a meeting on, like I said, Parliament. We engaged Parliament, and then we raised the issue until we had a call that Parliament was about passing the law. So we wrote a petition to the Speaker, and then Parliament went ahead to pass the law. So we petitioned the President through the Chief of Staff to not to assent to hear us out and to understand our business.
Richard Matthew, a spokesperson for the industrial fishers sector. You're still listening to the City Prime News, which is live from our studios here in Adabraka in Accra. In the Ashanti region, you can hear us on Focus 94.3 FM on KNUST Campus in Kumasi. We're also on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're live on Sela Radio 97.1 FM in Dabala. We're also on Holy FM 98.5 FM in Aflao. In Savannah region, we're on Kasha 99.5 FM in Damongo. And in the Bono region, we're on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyai. Still ahead in the bulletin, inflation drops to 12.1%, the lowest since October 2021.
Year-on-year headline inflation for July 2025 was 12.1%, representing a decline of 1.6 percentage points from the June figure of 13.7%, marking the lowest since October 2021.
Stay with us, we have details of that and others coming up shortly.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025, a celebration of excellence in locally made goods and services. This year's exhibition brings together the very best that Ghana has to offer, from timeless traditional crafts to cutting-edge innovations. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM, this is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. Join us in championing Ghanaian talent, creativity, and authenticity. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the Afro Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hassle from EK Brand Consult.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Welcome back. This is City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. In more news, Ghana's inflation rate has fallen to 12.1% in July, down from 13.7% in June, marking the 7th consecutive month of decline and the lowest level since October 2021. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, the drop is driven by easing prices of food and other goods. Food inflation declined to 15.1%, while non-food inflation fell to 9.5%. Government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Idrisu says the trend signals a reduction in inflationary pressures seen in recent months.
Year-on-year headline inflation for July 2025 was 12.1%, representing a decline of 1.6 percentage points from the June figure of 13.7%, marking the lowest since October 2021 and the 7th straight decline in inflation. On month-on-month basis, the general price level increased by 0.7% between June and July. If you look at food inflation, as we said, it declined by 1.2 percentage points to 15.1% in July, and the prices of these food items increased by 0.6% between June and July. Non-food inflation dropped by 1.9 percentage points to 9.5%, single digit, but price level of non-food items increased by 0.7% between June and July. With regards to goods and services, its inflation dropped by 1 percentage point to 14.2% in July. Their prices, however, increased by 0.5% between June and July 2025.
You heard government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Idrisu. Meanwhile, the Association of Ghana Industries has urged the central bank to further reduce the monetary policy rate, which was recently cut to 25%. Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, Chonam Akpelu, has been speaking to Citi News.
The central bank's reduction of policy rates, it's extremely welcome news, and the eventual reduction of interest rates by the commercial banks is really welcome.
But there are calls for the central bank to even cut the policy rate further.
Yes, whilst we welcome the reduction of the policy rate and the eventual reduction in the interest rate, we believe very strongly that we're still not competitive, and that it's very important and crucial for the central bank to consider reducing the policy rate even further. This is because if you take Africa in general, Ghana is among the countries with the highest policy rate and interest rate. That is not helpful at all, especially in an era of after where we are encouraging our manufacturers to produce and export and take advantage of the Continental Free Trade Agreement. You know, if you're borrowing so high, it is almost difficult for you to be able to compete effectively.
That was the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, Chonam Akpelu. Now, residents along the Offango Sam Road are calling on government to urgently resume construction works on the stored project. The appeal follows heavy rainfall on Monday that flooded parts of the already deplorable stretch, causing severe traffic congestion and leaving many vehicles stranded. Drains along the road are now choked with silt and stones, worsening the situation. Now, speaking on Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily, residents expressed frustration over the impacts on their daily lives and urged immediate government intervention.
You can see for yourself. You cannot go, you cannot come. Market is not moving because of the road, so you don't know what to do.
How often do you drive on the road?
About 20 times a day, because I do business on the road, so you have to go and come.
And this road has been in this bad nature for how long?
Almost 5 years old.
Can see contractors on board doing work.
Where are they? Can you show me one? Because I can't find them. Where are they? Show me one, even one. One worker.
It can take you over 2 hours to commute to Accra when using this road. Contractors stopped working on the road about 2 months ago. We used to see them working, even though it wasn't often. But now we do not see them at all. It really worries us. Even these big trucks can't pass through the flood water. So what happens to the smaller cars? Look behind you. That car can't go forward. It's turning back. It used to take less than 5 minutes to move from Amasaman to this place. Now it takes more than 2 hours just to get to Satellite Junction. Now we're dodging through people's homes just to move. Every house has become a street.
You heard some residents along the Nsawam Offango stretch. So let's stay with road infrastructure because the markings play a crucial role in ensuring road safety and efficient traffic flow. They provide visual guidance to drivers, helping them navigate roads safely and efficiently. Unfortunately, major road markings on most roads in the Bono region are faded, posing danger to drivers and pedestrians. Citi News' Bono regional correspondent Michael Sapanfum takes a look at the situation in the following report.
Lane markings also encourage drivers to stay in their designated lanes, especially at night, promoting safe driving practices. Reflective road markings improve visibility at night or in low light conditions, reducing the risk of accidents. Apart from these, they also help pedestrians on how to use the road, especially where to cross roads, among others. Unfortunately, the story is different in the Bono region, starting from its regional capital, Sunyani, to other parts of the region. In the Sunyani township, most of the roads do not have road markings, and the few ones that were available, including zebra crossing markings, have all faded, putting lives of pedestrians in danger. Traveling at night on the roads in the Bono region is becoming dangerous. Some pedestrians have this to say on the issue.
For instance, when it is raining, it's very difficult to drive through the rains without the markings, and at night too, it's very difficult because when you see the markings, even if you are skipping off the road, you'll be able to know because the markings of the white is at the edges of the road. But now it is not there. So driving in Sunyani is becoming a little bit dangerous. I think that the Ministry of Road and Highways or the DVLA should do something about it because you cannot drive through the streets without markings.
Some of the drivers also have this to say.
We are very much worried because we are facing problems with it, especially when it is raining and when the night comes. We find it difficult to drive, especially when we are meeting a car. The oncoming car might be driving on a highlight. If there is a marking, but because the markings are fade out, we find it very difficult to pass by ourselves. It is making our driving very difficult for us in the rainy season and during the night.
The chairman of the senior branch of the transport group, Protwa, Alhaji Sumala Isaku, also added his voice on the need for road markings in the Bono region.
From years back now, over the past 10 years, all the markings have faded. This is contributing to many road crashes, and our drivers have raised concerns about it. We have drawn the attention of the Assembly and the Road Safety Authority to the situation, but nothing has been done. We are urging the government to take action, as we have complained several times, but are yet to see any improvement.
As our officer, drivers no qua, and ya no problem every. And yes, we are quite assemblies here, no musha recipe for the sha, Tembia Nana, Yakasadam.
Efforts to speak to Ghana Highways and the Department of Urban Roads for their comment on the issue were unsuccessful.
Citi News' Bono regional correspondent Michael Sapanfum filed that report. Away from roads, Municipal Director of Education for Nkwanta South, Jonathan Kosinam, has dismissed reports of food shortage at the Nkwanta Senior High Technical School. This follows earlier claims of food supply challenges affecting WASI candidates due to an increase in candidate numbers across schools in the area. Speaking to Citi News, Kosina assured that the government has supplied food to all senior high schools, including Nkwanta SHTS.
Nkwanta Senior High School is a boarding house and a day school. Majority of their dormitories are in the boarding house. Government has supplied food items to every boarding house, including Nkwanta Secondary School. So Nkwanta Secondary School don't have problems with food. Now, there is a secondary school which, for some reason, the conflict reason, and for security, we have asked them to be hosted in Nkwanta. And that school is purely a day school. So the support for food is not because Nkwanta Secondary School don't have food. It's because there is a day school there, which that head or whoever is appealing for support. The MP, Honorable Kimi, is supplying them with food through the MCE.
Jonathan Kosina, the Municipal Director of Education for Nkwanta South in the Oti region. And in this edition of Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka here in Accra. For more news, log on to our website, citinewsroom.com. I am Charles Osukumi. Thank you for listening.
Citi News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 03